is the first edition of Choral Music Ghana podcast, and today we are looking forward to the 100th anniversary celebration of the Ghana Police Band. So I'm Jesse Johnson, and I'm here at the Police Central Band headquarters with two members of the band. They'll kindly introduce themselves now.
Yeah. So my name is Sergeant Elikplim Adzroe.
My name is Lance Corporal Solomon Adonoo.
Okay, so Elikplim, first of all, just give us a brief background about you as an individual and a band member. What you do in the band specifically.
Yeah, I was once a trumpeter, but I don't play the trumpet again. Okay. So I am now in charge of the ABRSM course that we are running here. And I also happen to be a music arranger for the band. So that is what I do currently for the band.
Okay. Yeah. So the police band also organizes ABRSM.
ABRSM course for the
Okay. Lectures.
Yes.
And exams.
Yes.
Okay.
Everything that has to do with the ABRSM course.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Right. Okay. And so.
Yes. I am Solomon, and I'm the principal hornist of the Police Central Band here based in Accra. Basically, he was a trumpeter and he now arranges, but I am more of a performer.
Okay.
So I play everything that he arranges for us in the band. And so basically, that's my role in the band, aside other little jobs that I take care of. But on a full scale, I play.
Okay, so thanks for that. Now the police band is 100 years, so I can confidently say that you are one of the oldest musical ensembles in this country. You're actually older than this country in terms of independence. So which of you is going to give me a brief look at the band, its history?
Okay, I'll take that.
Okay.
The Ghana Police Band, initially known as the Gold Coast Police Band, is the premier band of the Ghana Police Service. The Central Band in Accra serves as the headquarters of all regional bands in the Ghana Police Service. We have bands in all other regions except Tamale, which is yet to be inaugurated. It is established by Act of Parliament in 1917 and was later promulgated in 1918. It is one of the oldest martial bands and a professional musical organization in Ghana. Presently, it comprises of the ceremonial band. When we talk about the ceremonial band, what you see normally on the Independence Square, on parade and passing out parade, that's the ceremonial band. The brass band, the band consists of woodwinds and brass and percussion. Yeah. So the brass section sometimes detaches from the whole band itself. So it is then the brass band. Then we also have the dance or the pop bands that normally plays live bands at all sort of ceremonies. So the police band is also known as the state ceremonial band because of its historic connection with the very first president of Ghana, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and the state at that time, because it was used as a 2 or 4 string piece among Ghanaian citizens. So it is named as the state ceremonial band. When it comes to state banquets and other ceremonial duties or state national events, the band takes care of that. So it is known also as the state ceremonial band. So today the band performs with local and international musicians and approximately 500 events every year, including national, presidential events, inaugurations, state dinners, banquets, parades, concerts, state funerals, social events, and more. The band, in every year, we have programs to undertake, and we play with international musicians. We talk of the Adam Larson Quartet from the United States. We have the Golden Lemon Brass Ensemble from Germany that we perform with, and other individual musicians from across the world. So the band is currently under the directorship of Chief Superintendent Dr. Frank Hupoti, who is a trained ethnomusicologist from the University of Ghana and the University of Bayreuth in Germany. He is now being assisted by DSP Mr. Kofi Ajimabedu, a musicologist trained from the University of Ghana and the University of Education, Winneba. The police band has, as I earlier on said, branches in all regional capitals in the country except Tamale, which will soon be inaugurated. So that's something small about the Ghana Police Band.
Okay, so quick question. Why does the Ghana Police need a band?
Yeah, we need the band to actually help us build a very strong relationship between the police and the public. We know the use of music, and then you see that when music is part of you, you realize that you are always okay.
Okay.
So as musicians, we always come together to make music. And in fact, when the personnel are tired from duty or if they have any assignment, they always invite the band to perform for them.
Okay.
So for them to relax, for them to feel at home, we always play music for them so that they will not be thinking too much, because from duty you have to come home, you have to relax, and music as a very good tool or a powerful tool is good for relaxation. So that is what we always do for the personnel in terms of music.
Okay. And to add to what he just said about why the Ghana Police Service needs a band, the service is a martial institution, and it goes with parades, and parades are not without music.
Sure.
And so it is incumbent on the service to have a band standby to play for any activity, when it comes to hoisting of flag and the hoisting of it, when it comes to state funeral, or the service funeral itself, or service ceremonies, you need a band there. You can't have the service funeral or ceremony when you go outside to get a band. So first and foremost, the core duties of the band, or duty of the band, is to first also take care of the internal needs, as rightly said by Sergeant, that of the band, of the service itself, before it extends its hand to the public.
Okay, so essentially you guys have a headquarters, so it means it's a core institution of the police.
It's a core institution of the
police. Do you have policemen who do, let me just call it normal service, like go out and stuff like that, and then are still part of the band? Is the band dedicated? The band members dedicated musicians only working in the band, or do they also perform other duties as policemen?
No, they don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just
full-time
musicians.
Full-time musicians.
Okay.
Nevertheless, we were first trained as policemen before we were trained, but we are doing full-time music.
Okay. So earlier you mentioned the band has a number of sections. Can you remind me?
Yes, we have the military band, as we will call the ceremonial band, has 3 sections. We have the brass section, the woodwind section, and then we have the percussion section.
Okay. Yes. So musicians who are interested in other instruments are going to have a hard time working in the band, right?
No, they are not going to. Occasionally, we stage concerts and instruments are borrowed from ensembles outside into the band. For instance, you find out that the local drums are not originally part of the band. Okay. Part of the band.
Yeah.
But when we stage concerts, we bring such instruments in to play based on the pieces that are arranged by the arranger.
Okay.
So you can find a piece with castanet, which is not originally part of a military band ensemble, but being played during concerts. So it is not a hard time for anyone. In fact, the members of the service, the band itself, are multi-talented on instruments. So you could find someone playing trumpet to be able to play drums. So when it comes to that, it rather gives the avenue for their talents to be explored.
Okay, quick one. So I know there's a police choir, right? There's a police choir. Is that associated with the band in any way, or is it a completely independent institution?
Yeah, the choir is here.
Okay.
The choir is here. The band personnel, let me say, the choir cannot perform without the band. So you see somebody playing trumpets and the same person singing at the same time. So it's like, so when we have if there's any program outside, you realize that you see the choir singing and at the same time you see the same personnel going to pick their instruments to play.
Okay.
It means that the choir is here.
It's part of
the band.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's shift a bit away from the band and focus on you, Elikplim. So some time ago, Choral Music Ghana featured you as, was it the first policeman to hold a concert of his own compositions? Yes. So tell us a bit about your career as a composer.
Yeah. In fact, my father is a musician.
All right.
And so I've been following him to the choir practice those days. So I quite remember those days he could give me the scores to read. Yeah, you know, it was quite difficult then, but I grew up to develop that love for music and composition. So I went to Winneba to study composition. By then, I could compose anything before even going to Winneba. So I have a lot of compositions at this point. And now that I belong to the band, I am diving more into arrangement, classically arranged pieces. So now I'm picking our own Ghanaian songs where you could hear Ken Kafui's song being arranged in a different way for the band.
Okay.
So that is what I'm doing now. But aside that, I still compose, but not as I've been doing first. So that is what I do now.
Okay, so it's a good thing you clarify that, because I was going to ask that, because a lot of composers in Ghana work within the choral space, because that seems to be the most vibrant sort of art music that is currently known in Ghana. But then it seems as though that is removing focus from other sorts of music. And since you are like right in the middle of the Ghana Please band, you have a great opportunity to actually compose original band music. So it's a good thing you clarify that your interest is now moving into that area. Is there a chance that we'll hear some of your music during the concert?
Not my composition, but my arrangements.
But your arrangements,
yes.
of some popular music.
Yes, yeah.
Can you just name something that we are going to hear? One of your arrangements.
Yeah, I have arranged this song, "All Things Bright and Beautiful." It's MHB 851.
Okay.
And Onipa Bayebi by Nketia, Professor Nketia.
Okay.
I have arranged that one, and Solomon will be doing the singing.
Wow.
Yes. And yeah, I have also arranged By Day That Wait by Nulaf Annan. Yeah, and a few of them. So probably people will be listening to songs in a different way.
Okay. I just want to speak a bit. I want you to speak a bit about what goes into arranging something that was written for, let's say, chorus, right? To a band. Like, how do you go about it? Is there a standard way of mapping each of the standard voices to instruments, or do you try and be innovative and give different parts to? Do you add your own notes to certain instruments that wouldn't have any part to play from the original? Can you talk a bit about that?
Yeah, in fact, I have been doing a lot of work. You know, as an arranger, you must be creative. You must know what to give to a particular instrument at a time. So that is what I do. You realize if you want to arrange a piece for a band, you must take the band into consideration first. You must know your players, what they can play and what they cannot play. I have a lot of good guys here, so whenever I want to arrange something for them, I always know, Solomon can play anything on the horn. So I always give him anything to play. And he has been doing that for me.
Okay.
So you realize that I always give out the best. So when I pick a choral music, you know, the choral music has 4 parts. Soprano, alto, tenor, bass. But then when you come to the military band, we have a lot of instruments. So at a point in time, you'll be hearing the melody though, but we have to twist the melody, that melody line in a way that it will be different from the original choral music or the original piece that we have taken.
Yeah.
So it's a whole lot of work that we do here, or I do here. So when you listen to Zodede by Ken Caffrey, a popular music, I have rearranged that piece, and the composer himself said, yes, I really love this piece because I have added a whole lot of things which you can't find
in the original.
On the original. So as an arranger, you must be a composer before you can be a very good arranger. If you are not a very good composer, you can't be a very good arranger because you must have a lot of things in mind. The chord progressions, you must know the instruments too very well before you can be able to arrange for the instruments. So that is what I have about composition of arrangement.
Okay, so since you're already doing arrangement of music for the Please Band, is it fair to say that transitioning from a military band to an orchestra will be easy? Because then you're just adding probably a string section to it.
Yes, it will be easy, but then we just have to reduce the instruments. Yeah, the brass section, the woodwind section, we definitely have to reduce the instruments. Other than that, they'll cover the string section.
Okay.
So I think the Armed Forces Band in 2011 tried doing that. Yeah, but because of their duty schedule, they couldn't sustain that system. So I'm just waiting for the day that the police band also decide let's buy the string instruments and add up to what we have and see
what you can do with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's possible.
Yeah, that will be interesting to see. So earlier you mentioned that you'd give us a taste of some recordings of the Please Band so that listeners can appreciate what sort of music you guys make. Can you give me an example of what we will be hearing?
Yeah, you'll be hearing our famous Police March. Yeah, arranged by Dr. Frank Ubochi, the director of music. And the Pledge. Okay. Yeah, the Pledge, I Promise on My Honor. It's also a very nice song that will be played on that day. Okay. And it's arranged by me. Oh wow! Yeah, I have a very nice introduction before the music. So when you really listen to this radio station, Unique FM 95.7 on Thursdays, they are playing that Abe Kudemis. Okay. Yeah. So in fact, we have a lot of songs that will be playing that day. Okay. So I can't mention all. Okay. But we are just expecting people to come so that to come and hear the things themselves. Okay, so thanks for that. Now since we've already started talking about the event, let's move into that fully. When is it happening, and what should we expect on that day?
It is on Sunday, the 22nd of July this year. So that should be coming up just pretty soon.
That should be next week or so.
Yeah, that's next week Sunday. Coming back next week Sunday. Okay, tomorrow is Sunday, so
the next Sunday.
Yeah, the next Sunday.
Okay.
And
where are we having it?
It's at the National Theatre, and it's free of charge. Wow. We start exactly at 3 p.m. and it's like I said earlier on, it's free. You would see it will be featuring harmonious choral. That's when you see. I think you have already witnessed a choir and an ensemble or a brass ensemble perform before, but it's also going to be another dimension. We would see local works from our local composers, local but international, and that's basically the things that we see, the blends through the original. We used to hear Badida with all the along, but let's come and listen to the rearranged version of it by Sergeant Eli here. He arranged that particular piece and other nice and popular pieces that we already know, but rearranged by the police band. So it's just not like your regular just coming to listen to any choral music, but this is a rearranged one going to be performed by the band.
Okay, and in terms of personality, so I noticed you had on your poster a lot of big names from Dr. Otabil, Newlab Annan, I think Joyce Aye also.
Yes.
You're expecting all of them there?
Not that we are expecting them, they are part of the celebration.
Okay.
You know, the band, under the directorship of Dr. Frank Hupoti, believes that we should celebrate our own. And so last year, if you could remember, we celebrated our seasoned composers, Professor J.H. Nketia, Ken Kafui, W. Williams, and other host of composers. And Dr. Joshua Amwa, Professor Miracle from Winneba. We celebrated their works. So he believes that we should start celebrating our own composers and arrangers and those who have contributed to music. Yes, when you look at Dr. Mensa Otabil, for instance, he has the Lumina and the Accra Symphony Orchestra, which contributes to the Ghanaian classical and choral music. And we have Dr. Joyce Aye, whose Salt and Light Ministry partners with Harmonious Choral and also has this flagship program on Sunny FM. And she's also contributing to music, choral music in Ghana, choral and classical music. So we are bringing all those people on board to celebrate them. So we have Sam Asari Bediako, Newlab Annan. So their works will be performed, and those who have also contributed to music, we also perform some pieces to honor them. So they are part of the celebration.
Okay. Speaking of celebrating our own, right? I'll be honest with you. I don't quite remember the police band engaging a lot with the like popular choral composers of the day. That's like from years ago. Is this a fairly recent thing, or have you always been like vibrant within this side of the musical community?
Yes, in fact, we have been doing that. Yes, but just that people don't know we do that.
Okay.
So we have decided to tell the whole world that yes, it is possible.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thanks for clarifying that. Do you have any final things you want to say? Any thoughts you want to share? Or
yeah, mine has to do with the concerts. In fact, we have invited the sister bands to come along to perform with us.
Okay.
So we have the Ghana Armed Forces band coming, the Fire Service band coming, the Prisons band, the Immigration band, and the SEPS band coming to perform.
Okay.
Yeah. So they'll perform before the police band
actually comes to perform.
Stage, yeah. So in fact, we have a lot of things for people to come and listen. Like they should just come in their numbers, enjoy themselves, and that is all.
Are we going to be seeing any bands from outside the country?
Not really, not at this time. Yeah.
Okay. So
yes, what I quickly want to touch on is that Ghana's appreciation for the choral and arts music is on the rise now, and we also want to use this opportunity to add the martial music to the train and let Ghanaians appreciate what we do. You know, when you make mention of police, people always have this euphoria about the police. Okay, they arrest, but that is why the band is there, to foster unity and that relationship between the public and the police and its perception. Okay. So the general public is welcome, and our doors are widely open for them to get close to us and for us also showcase what we do with them. Here our offices are open for individuals who want to come and learn instrument. Like Sergeant Eli rightly said, we have the ABRSM offices here where we register people for the theory and the practical examinations. And so they are welcome to join us to play. If you are a professional player outside, you can come in. Whether you want to learn or you are intermediate or you're a professional, you can learn. And this is also a special announcement to the general public that anyone who has an interest or has the ability to play the French horn, my holy instrument, the playing ability of at least grade 3 and above, even if it is below, just approach us and we would make great music, because we haven't seen a lot of hornists play in Ghana. We see trumpeters and pianists, But this is the dawn for us to put it out there to let people know that the French horn is an amazing instrument to play with. And so if anyone out there has the interest in learning or playing with me, they are free to come to us. Our doors are widely open.
Sure. And in case listeners will remember, earlier this week we posted a video of Solomon playing with one friend from Germany, Stefan Flory. And well, the comments were encouraging. A lot of people commented on the fact that the sound was simply beautiful. I mean, if you like a lot of epic movies from Hollywood, I'm sure you recognize the French horn sound. It's it's an amazing instrument when it comes to the beauty of the sound. So, Solomon, thanks for inviting all French horn players throughout the country to come here.
Thank you.
Okay, so, and Elikplim, thank you so much for the time you've had with us this morning. All right, so let's look forward to next week Sunday.
Next week Sunday.
Yes, for the 100th anniversary celebration of the Ghana Police Band. Thank you.
You're welcome.